Hello, Backgammon fans. This is Bill Riles and Tar Mendocino from Jeff Proctor's Atlanta Spring Classic Tournament in Atlanta, Georgia. Uh, we've reached the ABT Championship Division Final. It's fixing to start, and we wanted to take the opportunity to introduce the two players to the viewing audience, so you can get to know them a little bit, put faces with names. And it's an all Michigan affair today from Bloomfield Hills, which is a Detroit suburb. Joe Feldman. And from Flint, Michigan, the American Hall of Famer and Queen of Backgammon in the United States, Carol Joy Cole. So, Carol, I mean, you and Joe know each other well. You've won multiple tournaments before, so it's you're kind of accustomed to this a little bit. But it's got to be exciting to be in a final and play a friend of yours.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here playing Joe. Yes, this is your chance to win for the first time, right?
This would be my first ABT title. Yes, that's correct. It would be what, your third?
Yes.
Okay, so a three-time winner, two-time winner. This would be your third. So you've won the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Joe, like Carol mentioned, you know, your first would be your first ABT championship. You're playing, you know, the queen of backgammon, and
Yeah, everybody was cheering for me last night, but they found out who the other finalist is, and now she's definitely the crowd favorite.
yeah, it's kind of an awkward situation for you. I'm sure y'all are good friends, and but like you say, 99% of the backgammon world's gonna be cheering for Carol. But anyway, we wanted everybody to get a chance to meet y'all, and you will be playing on a very nice new Gammoner board. Gammoner is a sponsor of the tournament, and Jeff Proctor, who's the director, is the representative of Gammoner here in the States.
Can the winner keep the board?
You'll have to talk to the Gammoner about that. But anyway, we're going to let y'all get going and play here. We are going to have commentary by Phil Simborg. He may be joined at various times by Frank Talbot. So hopefully y'all will enjoy that commentary. They're both excellent players, good commentators, and they both know the players very well themselves, so they'll have some insights to the individuals. So before we close and let them go, Joe, I gave you this opportunity yesterday. I'll give it to you again today. Anybody particularly you want to say hello to?
A lot of friends and family that will be watching. Thank you all for viewing. Don't want to leave anybody out, so I won't mention any names.
Okay. Carol, how about you? Any special recognitions or whatever?
Oh, for my family, my sons. They won't necessarily be watching, but they're rooting for me.
There you go. So anyway, best of luck to both of you. Let's have a good match, and you know, you both accomplished a lot in being here just in the final. But good luck to both of you. Okay, bye bye. Okay.
All right. Looks like we don't have any pens here. I'll get a couple of pens.
Okay, we should hug before.
Thank you very much for doing the interview.
Thank you.
Shut off the bringer.
I know they're watching from Argentina.
Yeah, Roberto.
Yes, Roberto. He emailed me, and so did Bill Davis and Rory. Now, do we have to go a certain way because of the camera, or we're not using a baffle box, right?
No baffle box. I prefer not to. Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed.
What
Okay.
are you?
No, I'm left-handed. I was wondering if you wanted the clock's fine here if you wanted to switch positions, but
I have to have it on the right. I can't reach as well with my left arm.
oh, the accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Checkers are stuck. Okay, this is only 11?
I was just thinking the same thing, that they didn't increase it for the finals. Jeff, is the finals 11 points also, or did you increase it? It's 11. Okay.
Good luck and may the best
Olale,
wishes, Major
vatos.
win.
Thank you, Brian.
So you both match the board, but I think Carol matches the board a little bit better.
Am I the colored
Oh,
commentator?
Yeah, because of the turquoise.
All of it. And let's
Yes,
yeah. You need to have a picture taken from this angle of the board.
We called each other
Oh,
this
wait.
morning to make sure we're coordinated.
Ooh, and you got the hardware handy.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know.
When are you going home?
I'm thinking Tuesday. Jason and I will hang out and do something in Atlanta tomorrow.
All right.
So,
Here we
I
are
know
at the
Jason wants to
Carlotta
go to
International Finals.
What else?
Really?
She's playing Feldman,
Okay.
All right.
who's in his first
Mitch.
ABP final.
We're getting started with Ray and Phil on the commentary, believe it or not. The new duo, commentary duo. And we
Who-
don't have XG working, so we're just going to have
Carol's rolling. She's down 11 pips in the race.
Okay.
All right. She's catching up. She's going for position, and Joe seems to be going for the race. Yep. His game plan is clear.
I
Have you
am.
ever won from there, Ray? Like rolling
Ready
two
for a
6-5s
straight
in a row?
race.
I always lose.
Usually not.
Yeah. that's a
I
hard one.
always win unless my opponent has their back checkers split in that situation.
Splitting it looks like a right idea. Oops, no, maybe not so right idea.
By the way, Carol will never split to the 3-point because she's afraid of double fives. See? Oh, she got hammered in fan first time on a 2-point board. That's bad luck.
This is a little early for a cube, isn't it, Ray?
Yep. He's got a few two stacked up, but he's going to bring down 2 builders, and she's got a blot in her board. Oh, he's
Oh,
aggressive.
Very aggressive.
She's,
Very aggressive. I wouldn't double that.
I think you're right that it's wrong. Also, the other thing is he should be gathering information. This is his first ABT final, and he's going to find out that Carol's a big taker. She's more likely to take a pass than she is to pass a take.
Well, they certainly know each other. They both live in
Look at
Michigan.
that. He
Yeah,
did the right thing. She
Sixes
fanned
and
again.
fours.
Joe plays at her tournaments.
Oh, my
pretty
God.
often.
This could. He's going to
Like
be
I
off
said,
to a fast start.
I said this is a great double, didn't I?
I think you did.
So now it should be 2s.
Carol's number is reputed to be double 4s, which is not going to be any good in this situation.
Well, Feldman is a great gambler. He knows he's an underdog. Carol is a better player, and maybe he was just gambling like crazy, and it's working. I gamble on the cube, and I'm playing somebody better. Look how well I did against you the other day, Ray. I almost got a point.
Well, it's not that his double was out of the question, and it's possible it could have been right. I'm not looking at XG, but it just seemed a little bit early. And I found when I'm thinking about the cube, if I'm not sure that it is one, it isn't, because we all know what, a proper double is. Come on, Carol. This is boring. There you go. Let's have a little action.
Now he's got to hit her loose.
Yes, he does.
Very obvious to hit her loose here.
Unless he can just point on her.
The hit's obvious. He does it.
Ooh. Okay, Carol. Ooh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
Not bad. Gives her a chance, maybe.
It's amazing how often you anchor, even though you get caught in these
Well,
blitzes
here's
like
the double
this.
tiger situation if I ever saw one. I would
Yeah,
hit again.
absolutely. With a blot in the board.
You got to hit again. You don't want her to anchor.
Nope. Keep the pressure on.
This is a clear hit again. He got it. Very good, Joe. I watched Joe's semifinal. I thought he played very well.
He's aggressive. I expected him to make that play.
Hope Michi's watching.
Okay, it worked.
Eh.
It worked.
Fuck.
Cover. And bring a builder down. Pretty obvious.
All right, Carlotta. It was nice of you to spot him 4 points.
Yeah, maybe 6. Probably 4. Uh-oh, didn't cover.
Yes, he did.
Oh, it's a 4-1. Yeah, okay. Well, gammons are like 95% here unless he leaves a shot.
Well, there really wasn't much chance. The only opportunity for a mistake in this game was on the doubling cube. So
Yep.
it could have been that if his double was early, he's going to have a high PR and he's going to be ahead 4-0. So that's how backgammon is.
I don't think he cares about PR right now. He'd like to win his first ABT tournament.
Absolutely.
No, that's not a good play.
No, that was
I don't
just
like
bad.
that. Maybe he's trying to clear the 6 point too quickly, but Usually you want to bring him in smooth.
Yeah, he could have had his spares in a good spot, but
he's really focusing on clearing the 6-point. Well, he ended up pretty good after all, but I really
Right.
didn't like. You don't want to throw your checkers down low even in this situation.
The dice are fixing it for him.
Yep. Take one off. Got a 12-second delay. There's no reason to play it quite that fast, but these are simple
Is
plays.
he not hitting his clock in
Yeah,
between?
he
Oh,
is,
he
he
is.
is.
Okay, Carol. Finally, all right, there we go.
They're playing the clock properly. When you're using a clock, the roll doesn't count until you hit the clock, and sometimes people forget when the other player doesn't have a turn. Well, that's about as pretty a setup as you can have. Even the double sixes is going to save Carol probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that.
I don't know. You know, she could get those crossovers from the midpoint.
You really, I just thought going down to a race point probably is not going to matter, but I didn't like that play.
No, because it sets her up to waste pips coming in from the bar.
Right, she should have played off her opponent's 6-point.
Well, she's playing a little fast, and she's probably a little nervous. I think she was recently in the finals of an ABT event, though. I can't remember where it was.
Not sure. She is the U.S. Open champion. She and Mary Hickey are the only two ladies to win it.
Yeah, and then there's and Mary won it twice.
Yep. I think it's going to be acclaimed very soon.
Well, he's got 5 crossovers and she's got 8.
2 double sixes. That's it. It's acclaimed now.
All right.
They realize. All right, 4-0.
All right.
So shows you what we know. We wouldn't have doubled there, and did he lose his market on the next roll? No, I don't think he did. That's another
Well, he
roll.
did because she fanned.
Oh,
He
she
brought
fanned.
down 2 and she fanned with double 4, so he would have lost it.
I don't know. She might have still had to take after that.
But, and even more, I mean, the other thing is that she might have made a mistake in taking after that. So you can take advantage of that. But if you're sending over early ones, like when you're playing XG, it's always a take.
Yeah.
It seems like.
And 4-6. Yeah.
All right, there's Roland.
Somebody
He's
asked
a
a question
finalist
on
in the
the,
intermediate
Somebody
event.
asked a question on the stream. Somebody asked a question on the stream about the board. They're not playing for the board. It is a Gamminer board that they donated for use, but I don't think the winner gets the board in this tournament.
These boards play really
They're
nice.
beautiful boards. They're made in Germany by Volker Wenzlaw.
Uh-huh.
Very nice boards.
I had never played on one until I played on Jonah Seawald's today, and they have an X22 version, and they're making 22 of them, and Jonah owns number 2 of 22.
Yeah, they do that in honor of Paul, and I think part of the proceeds of the sales of those boards go to Lewis McGill, Paul's son, which is really nice. They're doing a very nice thing with that. It's a real good collector's item. 6-2 hits. He sees it. I always look for the hit first in the early game. Hit, can you make a point? Can you play strategically? In that order in the early game. Joe plays that part well. There's a good anchor here. Or a hit. What do? I'm tempted to anchor, but I guess you hits right, I guess.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be hitting. The other thing about hitting is it's a good idea, because we're all getting older in backgammon, to identify what numbers you need before you throw the dice so that you don't misread them and miss a hit like I do about twice per tournament.
That's a great hit. I always think about ahead of time. Well, you can make your bar point. You can make either bar point or your opponent's 4-point. I'd be tempted to make my opponent's bar point with that point, for that 6-3. She chose to
That
make
would
the
give
4
up
point.
the midpoint, so I'm not sure about
No,
that.
make your opponent's bar point.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I wouldn't give up the midpoint. I'm not sure I like that play.
She's well positioned to prime him, and she's got a defensive anchor, so now she can just throw everything into the front forward position. She could slot like wildfire if she wants.
I can't wait to see that play, whether you make the 4-point or the
Joe's supposed to hit here.
Absolutely.
Okay. That stops her from executing the threat with her multiple builders to a certain extent.
So Ray at 4-0, 4-0, if you're trailing 4-0, do you change your game assuming an equal opponent, or do you pretty much still play it?
I change my game assuming any opponent. At that time, when you get a roll opening 3-2 or 4-3, if you're losing, you're supposed to bring 2 builders down. If you're ahead, you're supposed to split.
So you play gammon, go and gammon save as soon as you're losing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Opening aces, you're down 4-0. You should be slotting.
I learned that exact same strategy from Joe Sylvester before there was extreme gammon, and Snowy didn't do that. It turns out Joe was right, and you're right, according to the computer.
Joe was a certified genius at this game. I'm a certified journeyman.
Joe's still a genius. He's played 3 tournaments in the last 5 years and won 2 of them.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, wish he'd play more. There's a good double hit. Don't forget to pick up the checker. He did. We're playing legal moves. If he had forgotten to pick up that checker, they could still be corrected after he hit the clock.
In terms of the video, the quality, that's better to split the checkers on the bar so that the watchers can tell how many men are up.
It's actually better for the players, too.
Oh, he's going to put her back in there? Was that where she was?
I like this play. I like the double hit.
Sorry.
No.
Questioning where it goes.
Uh-oh, he's all messed up.
You left with 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, now we're all messed up. Yesterday I was watching Jonah, and he moved the checker backwards, and nobody saw it.
He's tricky. Double twos, hits and covers. And hits a third one? Good point. Probably
Yeah,
right.
the question is which point he was supposed to make. I think the 4-point actually would have been better, but he did it so fast that we can't tell. Because he would have had 3 covers for the 5-point instead of only 2 covers for this point.
And he wouldn't have been hit.
Yeah, with the double twos. But that's an incidental. 3-6 from the bar. Carlotta's going to get, she's got some.
She was in trouble until that double 2 roll and then the dance. Now she's back in the game. She was really in trouble.
Let's see what she does with her ace.
Well,
I
how do
think
you
she's
not hit
supposed
her?
to nail them. Well, she can hit in the outfield, but she could also hit on the 5-point. It's got to be right to go after the 5-point. Can't just let him come in there. Pound him, Carlotta.
I agree. And you keep the midpoint and come
I
out,
thought you were
right?
doing comment.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible to go 13-7 and 6-5, because it seems like every time I hit loose on the 5, I have a hard time. There we go. She's playing like a U.S. Open champion.
Yes, I like it.
Most of them are Asian, by the way.
By the way, she beat Ed O'Loughlin in the semis, which is, I think, one of the best players here, clearly. And she didn't have an easy draw to get to the
AC Ducey, is she going to continue or is she going to quit? I think she's still supposed to hit off the 5-point. And then deal with the consequences later. She could. It's reasonable to hit that outside checker, but if he gets a 5, she doesn't want him making the 5-point.
Yeah.
Much rather get
You
hit.
don't want to get hit either, but you're saying it's better to get hit than make it.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Now he's got both 5 points in the cube. He may have one too many things. Yeah, you just keep fighting for the 5-point until you lose the fight. That's in general.
I was just told to get closer to the microphone. How's that? Okay, I'm listening now.
They told me that last time.
Uh-huh.
And then they told me to talk louder, believe it or not.
I think that's a record that somebody told you to talk louder.
I find it hard to believe that they had to ask. There's that O'Loughlin. You can tell what he has for breakfast because it's all over his face. Ed won the consolation because Mary Hickey bore off a checker and under time pressure and left an unnecessary direct shot that
my
Ed
God.
hit and won.
That's not like Mary.
No, it's not. Someone told me that, and I said, I doubt that she made a mistake. I said,
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I've
And
never seen her do that.
That's unbelievable, but
She's
she
very
got in
careful.
time pressure.
Wow.
Apparently, she said that instead of tapping the clock, she was tapping the board like she's been doing inside of it. And so the clock kept running,
Uh-huh.
and she got low on time.
I love the clock. I think our tournaments are 10 times better now than they used to be because of the clock, and it's a better game. I'm really thrilled about it.
And these clocks that they're using, incidentally, are great because all of us can see what the time is clearly. With those digital electronic clocks, that's great
They're the
stuff.
best. That's what I carry with me too.
I got those cheap Chinese ones that cost $5, but they work.
So who do you like in this game right now?
I don't know. Let's see. His pip count is 100, but hers, that's,
Wow, I wish I could count that fast.
well, he's got 100 on just on the 5 point.
Wow.
20 times 5. So there's I don't know. It's actually kind of half-ass close, isn't it?
I think so.
Because
I
of
don't know
that.
I don't know who I like.
It seems like I like his advanced position a little bit better. He's going to be able to bring builders. She's totally stripped on the whole board except for the block, right?
Yep.
So something's going to have to give, and almost always does. And that's disadvantageous.
Well, I think he's got to leave a double shot outside. He's got to run that checker. That's all you can do. That's it, Joe. Hit the clock.
Yeah, that's only 3 he's got, really. Just to play it that way. Carlotta, 4 or 5. Will she hit? She might be right to just continue into the outfield and try to survive the storm instead of hitting and giving up the anchor on the bar point.
I'm hitting.
All right. It's a free country.
25% of the time you dance. See how good that
Okay, there goes the old 5 point. Spank and the 4 point.
went? Right.
Call it a
switch.
day.
Yep. What a.
That's one of the consequences of giving up the.
Yeah, I never would have hit there.
Yeah.
That was a good throw.
Oh, Carol's going, why don't I still have my bar point or his bar point?
Is this
Oh,
a
Joe's
cube?
thinking
Is this a
he's got to
cube?
be.
He's thinking too good. I think it might be too good.
The only question is whether he's too good or not. And with a 4-0 lead, you don't want to be sending over necessarily stuff that's too
I
good.
would take a roll. I don't
Take
see
a
where-
shake, yeah. Might as well make the
I don't see
4
too many
point or
bad
hit the
shakes.
block.
Double three is the only bad. Double three is the only bad roll I see. That's one bad roll.
I think he's clearly way too good because when she comes in, she's going to break in the outfield with her strip points and
gotta pass. She's
leave
gotta
more
pass this.
blocks.
I think they had to be too good.
Yeah.
Only double three was a disaster roll. You got one bad roll and everything else plays. Why not play? What is she thinking about?
I told you, Carol's a taker. But she
Nah.
passed this one. All right. Well, Joe has given 2 cubes, and they may both have been wrong, but he's up ahead 5-0. One, he might not have been good enough. In this case, he might have been too good. And on the other hand, him being in the finals and you and I sitting here commentating, he may have been dead right on both of them.
Maybe he's trying to get his cubes to average out. To
brags about his
okay.
good luck.
You know, one too good, one not good enough. It averages out okay. I was playing in a chouette the other day with a guy, and he said, "How can I improve my cube action?" I said, "Flip a coin from now on."
And Carol, ironically enough, has probably played perfectly with the cube, passing that last one. Oh, no, this is the wrong idea. She's down 5-0. You got to make the 11 and 4 points there.
It's the wrong idea at any score to do that, I think. Even if you're a gammon save, it might be wrong.
You want to make points and primes
Yeah.
when you're behind, and you want to have holding games when you're ahead. She volunteered right into a holding game.
It's
with
almost
the double.
never right to make that play on the second roll with double two. I think a gammon save, depending
Yeah,
on
maybe.
it might be right depending on the first roll, but even then it's often wrong. Okay, she
Yeah,
loves the
I
5
thought
point.
she was
She figures she's in it forever. Six, 4.
Slot and cover. Leave it. Let him leave his 5 anchor
good.
to hit.
Oh, double 4.
All right. That should.
Roll. 2 inside points. Oh, he's coming out.
I think I might have made the 2 point. Those 5 checkers on the 6 point are kind of wasting time, and
was
you
thinking-
can hold on to the 5
I was
anchor.
making the 2-point also.
Now this, she can just count the race and decide to break contact if she's ahead, and she should be, shouldn't she? If she brings those to the 8, then it makes it easier to count. But since they're out there, she's up 4 in that, and then she's down 16, so she's down 12, 19, and she's got her arm over the rest of the checkers, of course. She's down 7, she's down 3, I think. But she's got 2 6s left to play, so she could be up 9. And that's hard to count with her arm on the board. Get your arm off the board, Carol.
Especially since
Move it.
her arms, her sleeves the same color as the checkers.
You got nicer hands than Joe, but it's hard to count through them. Okay, she counted it up. I believe it's 9 pips.
Oops.
So she's down 3.
Down 3. By the
He
way,
should
it's a
make
good
the
idea.
5
Once
one.
you get the count, do what Ray does. Keep a running count so you don't have to keep counting every time.
Although Ray forgets after the first shake and has to recount on a regular basis. All right, let's see what this is. He is down, what is that, 16 or 17?
Well, somebody,
34.
April Kennedy just posted that last cube was a correct double and pass, and we were wrong that it was too good, Ray.
Okay.
He was right on the cube action. Very good. Good for him. That's why he's in the finals, and we're here.
All right.
I'm shocked. I thought it was too good.
Yeah, I would have taken a shake. Okay, so he's down 34 there, and he gains back 16.
So this is the
24,
importance of being
31.
able to count fast. He's using a lot of time on his clock just to count pips, and if he would only watch 2 videos that I posted on YouTube that show you how to do colorless counting, you could have counted this in about 30 seconds or less easily. And if your name is Karen Davis or Steve Sachs, you'd have counted this in about 10 seconds. But counting pips quickly will save you a lot of brain damage and time on your clock, and you can use that time for more important things than just counting, because I'm sure that's what he's doing right now. No, what? I don't see that. If you're winning the race, you race. Why is he
Well,
doing
I
that?
think if he broke contact, he'd only be up 3 pips.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's something like that. Anyway,
I thought he was up 9, but that's where I miscounted. Okay.
she was up 9, I think, and then he rolled
Okay.
double 3, so
I
he was
see.
going to be up 3 pips.
Okay, I got it wrong.
And I could have also gotten it wrong, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, he's more stripped than she is, but well.
Yeah, I always try to just count the difference. I only have to count
Me too.
once, and it's much faster and much less likely to make a mistake. And 2 times out of 3, your cube decision is made for you. Now he doesn't have anything better to do than to break that
The back point.
9 point, I
Yeah.
think.
Because he's
And-
got 5 checkers outside to play with if he stays back and tries to play for the shot.
Right, she can play inside. He might as well commit to the race. The race is close anyway, so come around and then bear into the good points
Isn't
to bear
there-
off from. And she's got holes on the 4 and 5 point that she's got to fix.
Isn't there another factor, Ray? When you're well up in the match, you'd rather be playing races and less volatile games that can lead to gammons?
Sure.
So
And
he's
you'd
got
like
another
to win
reason. He got another reason to play the race for that reason too.
Yeah, plus there's less stress on that, right? And we just come around and do that. Let's see, if he brings those 2 guys around, then he is down 5 pips to get into the 8 point, but he gains 7 on the bar, so he's up 2, down 8, down 16. He goes to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so let's see, 7 and 11 is 18. So I think he was up a couple of pips after he did that. Now she filled her 5 point. That's a good thing.
Well, he just rolled a 9 though. I would break contact again.
Absolutely, why not? She's going to do it at her turn. And he could bear in efficiently to the
Now his racing lead has gone up quite a bit. She's rolled very poorly compared to him. So he should be breaking contact. He might even be thinking about doubling, but I don't think at this score you would.
No, he's not looking for razor thin doubling positions when he's leading 5-0.
But he did recognize he's up in the race now and did the right play by breaking contact. I like to break contact so I can take a loan in the box. Back checker. And Front checker. Good.
Hate to say it, but that's what I would have done.
We played dice on the checkers are no good in this particular tournament, so Carol had to roll that over again and again.
Oh, see
Carol.
what she gets for a trade-in on that
Can't do any
2-1.
worse than that.
Carol refuses to use a baffle box. She's one of the real
Does she?
last. She will not do it if she can help it. She hates them. She sells a lot of them. She hates them. I told her she'd increase sales if she used one.
Oops, sorry.
Well, now she's firing away. Let's see if Carol can get her signature set of 4s in here. That would help her out quite a bit in the match and this game.
This is close.
That's the wrong 2-6, Carlotta. There you go.
Fill the open point.
Joe.
I play 6 to 5 here. I'm not sure. Maybe
3 to 2.
3 to 2 is right.
Yep.
Fill the hole. Okay.
Might as well bear off with 2s. Look at that. Remember the wedge thing? That's a perfect wedge over there. That's the Walter Trice just rolled over in his grave because we see the perfect wedge. By the way, his book is one of the greatest books of all time in backgammon, I think.
You're talking.
Backgammon Boot Camp by Walter Trice.
That's my #1 book that I recommend to everybody. I agree with you completely.
I know it was a good book because it confused the hell out of me. All the formulas and stuff. He had the math down.
Yep.
Now, Carol, why isn't she stopping to think about the cube? You got to think about the cube here. She's up 16 minus 4, 12 pips.
It's not even a take.
Yeah, and she rolled last
And
time.
last time it wasn't a take either, I don't think.
I think you're right. So there she did. It's not like when you're down 5 to nothing, you've got to be looking for excuses to cube.
Played way too fast there.
Yeah.
Every single roll is a possible cube decision. Yeah, he passes. I think it was a pass last roll, and maybe the roll before, it was a double. It's not gonna help
Probably
with PR.
right.
All right.
Anyway, and certainly, she gets to think about sending over a little bit earlier cubes when she's trailing in the match.
I was expecting.
But I think the fundamental thing in that game was that she rolled an immediate double 2s and made the 5 anchor in that game when she's down 5 to nothing, and that's just the wrong idea. You want priming games and blitzes when you're trailing. Let's see if she does. She's gonna make a point here. That's good. And she chose a holding game strategy. It worked out for her, but typically holding games you get 1 or 2 points. Joe starts off with double 6s. She should just make the 5 point.
No, 3-2.
Oh, I saw 3-1.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
she has to split here and put some pressure on the outfield.
It wouldn't be bad to no, you don't want to split against that.
You don't split?
No. I would even consider slotting the 5 and the 2 and leaving the blot. She left the blot and she only slotted the 4
I
point.
would have split there. That's interesting. I got to learn that one.
6-4. Point and cover. All right. And yeah, point and bring one down. Perfect. That's going to be it. You can't really come up. You get blown away by doubles. You get blown away by getting pointed on.
Ooh, I don't
This
like
is
that.
not the right idea.
I don't like that. Only one cover. She doesn't want to break her 8 point to cover it.
I guess she's a little bit worried about getting hit. Now he should slot here. He didn't give any thought whatsoever of slotting. That's kind of a cool play because the game's over if she misses.
Yeah, but he's
It might have been wrong,
he's up
but
in the race, and you're supposed to just race when you're up in the race. But
yeah, it's not. It's
that's interesting. I wouldn't have slotted there either. But
and I actually, in retrospect, it probably was wrong to slot. But it's it puts a subtle amount of pressure on your opponent when you sit there and you slot it and you're thinking about it and they're going, oh my God, I'm going to have to roll a 4 or lose.
well, the #1 reason I don't slot is you're outboarded 3-2 in points, even though there's a blot there.
There's a blot in there and a 5 points open. You're going to wait until later when the dice tell you that you have to leave a blot and they've fixed the board.
Oh my God!
Wow,
Making the
that was
6
brutal.
point. That was something.
Now he might be too good here
Wow.
because her position's so brutal.
That was not a fun play to watch. I don't like that play at all.
He's just bring 2 down, right?
Right. Nothing else.
All right. Another set of
Okay.
fives?
Yeah. I bet you
Cube action
do.
here, Ray.
Oh, he's just way too good.
Way too good.
Come on
Yeah.
with it.
We thought that before and we were wrong, but I don't see too many bad rolls for White right now.
April, turn off your computer.
Seems like you are.
Go take a nap. Quit bothering us.
Disrupted the race.
Yeah, unless we're right, April, we don't want to know about it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
He doubled. This has got to be too good.
Ugly.
Yeah.
What's a bad roll?
Yeah, if you can't, I told Carol she was playing against Sean,
Yeah.
and I watched her, and she was behind his 3 prime, and she had a 6 prime with 2 extra spares to play in a fly shot, and she doubled him, and Sean goes, I asked. And I said, Carol, what the heck was that? You know, if you can't lose, then roll. You're got to be too good.
People have the wrong formula. They think they're too good if they win twice as many gammons as the number of games they lose, but it's really more about what happens on the next roll. If there's no way your opponent can take on the next roll, you've got to be too good.
Right. And if you have somebody closed out and it's only one checker, I've seen a lot of people in Chouettes and tournaments say, oh, there's no gammon here, and they just send it over. Well, we've all gotten gammoned with one guy closed out, you know. This is a good shake for Carol. She's the worst problem about it is she's got 3 on his ace point, but
There's a good roll. There's a good question.
ah,
Anchor or hit here. What do you do when you're winning 6-1? If I'm losing, I hit for sure. Now I don't know.
I would have anchored with
Yeah.
the 6-1 lead
I think so
and then
too.
go to work on the other side.
I think so too. There's way too many return shots. But
And plus, the 4th checker back assists her in making another anchor, and but that's exactly what she did. So
the one thing I don't like is he didn't think about it very long. He
Right.
just used that clock.
we're in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. He's pounding away. He likes hitting, Joe. And apparently he's good at it because he's in the finals. Carlotta can't hit the board. She needs a bigger target.
She does that all the time. I keep telling her, I keep rubbing it in that she needs to use a baffle box more than anybody else. She throws the dice on the checkers.
Well, one thing I'll say about the baffle box is it rolls into the outfield and you hardly ever have a
Cock dice.
cocked dice.
Yep.
However, from Ben Friesen, who's a significant member of the backgammon community, he absolutely refuses to transcribe a match in which the baffle box has been used because he can't tell who's rolled the dice.
That's why Malcolm Davis always buys 2 baffle boxes and puts 1 on each side. That's the way I
Oh,
like
is
to
that
play.
right?
Oh yeah, he's my best customer.
I've never seen a 2 baffle
You
box
play
game.
in Dallas with Malcolm Davis, you'll see a baffle box on each side.
Wow.
I love it.
They got 2 baffle boxes, a clock, a score chart, and there's no place for the cube.
Oh, they don't use the cube in Dallas. They don't.
Yes, they do. If Malcolm Davis is in the game, I guarantee you they're using the cube.
That's true.
All right.
6-2. Oh,
Wow.
you hit and you make the 3-point.
I think so.
I
Why
would've made the 3.
is she allergic to advanced anchors? What?
Yes, I don't
Why are
know.
they holding the? I don't understand
I would've
holding
made
the.
the 3 in a flash.
Yeah. All right, here we go. She'll make it now, unless she gets a 2-6 from the bar. Oh, 5-4.
He's gonna hit.
That might have been right to make the anchor, but I guess it's thematic for her to be hitting when she's down.
I like the hit there at the score especially. Yeah.
All right,
You make the bar or the 5-point? Again,
5,
The 5. for
and
sure.
come out to the bar. There you go.
That's the second time that I wasn't sure about whether to make the 5 or the bar. The other time was making the 3-point in the bar. 3-1.
All right, Joe's just gonna have to. He ended up in a holding
Yeah.
position.
This is not an easy play. A lot of people hit here, but breaking the 8-point to hit, I think, is wrong.
It's not bad to come in on the ace and stay back out of harm's way and actually then bring down the 3. But most people don't do that. They only want to play with 1 block, so they do what he did and step up. Under the gun, Carol should pound away. 5 hits and 3 down.
3 down or 3 off the bar point?
I don't know.
I take away the good 6 by
Actually,
coming off the 18.
if you read Mitchie's book, you probably want to leave a 3rd checker on the midpoint. So she could play the 3 out.
I play the 3 from the 18. That's my play.
Okay. I could be talked into that. And Joe, because he came up there, he got hit loose. She might have hit him with the 3 in the other right side. There we go. B5 foe. What's going on here?
You come in with the 5 and bring the 4 across. You don't mind getting hit with a 4. She has to give up the.
It wouldn't be bad either to hit, but anyway, she's running a little low on ammunition, so she chose to hold her position and just come around. She's got both 5 points.
Yeah, this play you just come out.
There
A lot
you
of
go.
people would hit off the ace point there. I think that would be a big mistake.
Yeah. Now she should be going into the outfield and stopping, and maybe bringing that checker into the 5 point for an extra builder. Getting hit out there almost means nothing.
When you say go to the outfield, would you go to the 18 or would you go to the?
I would go to the
14.
Not the 5 would come out. See, the 6 goes in, so I don't know what is that. 13, 14, 15 point or something.
14.
Okay. And she would have gotten hit and pointed on, but she would be able to recirculate that checker. She's just gonna. She can run all the way around. There you go. Now this race is getting almost easy to count. She's down 4, and 24 is 28, but she gains
4 points.
Yeah.
Sure, make the 4 point, of course.
And she should make the 4 point. She wants to have a good board when the hitting happens, and she's got both 5 anchored. There we go. If he wants to leave the bar and hit, she can deal with that.
Double 3s.
This is going to be pretty good for him.
Yeah. How do you play it?
I think he's got to come off the anchor like he's doing, but I don't know exactly what we're going to do.
Bar also.
So I think bring 2 down and make the 10 point, and if she wants to hit from the midpoint, she leaves 3 blots in front of him. Now it's going to be hard to bring that stuff home without the landing space on the 10 point.
Yeah, but she rolled a double 1, so he was right.
The one game rollout. Well, that doesn't mean this is not exactly because he would have gotten hit there. Doesn't mean he's going to lose.
I hear you.
Yeah. And now watch as she builds her board. It's going to be more and more dangerous. And this is a common problem that everybody seems to have. They don't want to leave a shot now, so they're willing to, let the dice decide when they have to leave one, and the other person's built their board to 5 or 6 points.
Now,
and then it's fatal.
And making his 11 point is really not. He was right to do it with the roll he had, the double 2s, but it's a very hard place to come off of without leaving shots. And Ray predicted it. It's very hard to bring this home.
Now, and he should be much more fearful of the 4 point board that she has. Now, I think the idea, yes, I would make the 3 point. You don't have to like it. You're going to leave a blot anyway, but you might as well have.
You could slot the 3 point, but you'd rather have the 3 point than the 8 point later on. So why not make it?
Right, and that leaves you with then you have to cover it after you do that
Slot
play.
it, right. So
you might as well make it.
The inside points are very, very valuable later on, bringing your checkers home. Very good play, Joe. Very good. It has to be good because we liked it. And it didn't get hit.
I think Carlotta will she should probably start the 2 point and hold on to the midpoint. That'll make double 1s awkward for him. Although he'll have a play.
He's getting close to a cube here because of the timing thing.
No way. He's not anywhere near a cube because he's way ahead and it's a holding position. He can wait until way later. Plus, he's got that outpost to clear on the 11 point, which is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think somebody mentioned that. Yeah, the 11 point is a real liability, having your checker 6 away from your opponent's point. Your opponent's anchor.
Right. Somewhere in here, probably when he has to leave a shot, he'll be choosing to leave it on the ace point because he can put her on the bar. And bring in a builder here, and then maybe he can point on her and
Good play.
Clear those points while she's flopping around on the roof.
Ooh, double fours. This makes the race closer, but it hurts her chances for staying back. Would you come out with all three, Joe? I'm Joe.
I don't know. It seemed like I would.
It's tempting to come out with all three. He's not out of the race, and he still has shot vig from there.
She should make the 2 point. That's what she should do, and come out with 2 maybe, and then she's threatening both of those strip points, and she's risking getting hit loose off the ace or pointed on. But what else can you do?
2, 3, 4.
There's merit in this play too.
As long as she's making the 2 point, I don't think she's going to want to leave a blot, but I think she should be coming out with 2 and leaving a guy on the ace point. Puts maximum pressure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to leave this to Phil, and I got to go play.
Lucky you. I wish I had something to play. Thanks for your help, Ray. I appreciate it.
All right.
Step in. Frank Talbot's going to join us.
Frankie.
All right, now we'll have some intelligent I'm sorry, we'll have some more intelligent commentary. Make sure your mic is on. Right into it. All right, Frank Talbot knows these players very well. He's also from Michigan and plays with both of them often. How many years have you played with Carol Cole?
40 years.
40 years. And you're only 38 years old. My God. 40 years. I've been playing with her about almost that long, too, but you've been playing with her more.
She started her club in Flint 40 years ago, right about now. She started her club 40 years ago, and she's been playing ever since. She's been doing her tournaments and things.
How many people does she get at that club every week about?
She gets in the teens.
In the teens. This is in a little town. Flint, Michigan's this tiny little town in Michigan. Doesn't have much going on and has one of the most active, consistent clubs. And Carol is the reason. It just takes one organizer. So wherever you are in the world, you can start a backgammon club. Give Carol a call or Bill Davis a call. They'll give you lessons on how to run a club and how to promote it. I'll help you out too, and the USBGF will help. And that's all it takes to grow this game. That's the reason I'm playing tournament is because of Bill Davis in Chicago. And there's a hell of a lot of people that came out of Michigan that we've heard of that are famous people like Frank Talbot because of that club. I think that club contributed to you. Started for you. Joe Sylvester probably started out of there. A hell of a lot of great players from there. And certainly Joe Feldman plays in that club too. Okay, what's going on here? She's trying to figure out how to play the 4-3. I think this is pretty simple. Oh, that's a great roll. That's maybe a game ender. That's probably a game ender. If this race is far enough ahead as I think it might be. Oh, double sixes. That's when you open mouth, insert foot. That's what I do. That's the story of my life. I said it's a game ender, and nothing could go wrong now. I love when I play doubles and I say that. My partner always gets really angry.
Just tighten up the race.
Yeah.
I'm not sure all that stacking is a good idea.
You wouldn't have stacked?
No.
Okay. Go to the ace or the 3?
Go to the ace or the 3.
Oh, it's nice that we can see Carol smiling here. I'd smile too after double sixes, just to make my opponent rub it in a little bit.
I think Joe's regretting right now that 5-3 that he played earlier, making the ace point. That kind of doesn't help his race.
All right.
Two crossovers.
This is the best part of my game right here. My PR is usually better here than any other part of my game.
You want to load up the high points? Carol just did.
6-1. I play 6-5 with the 1. Why not? You're going to bear off anyway. Sure. Good play. I wonder if he heard me. 5-3. Come in with the 5. You're already stacked up real big on the. Yeah. Even though you're already stacked on the 4 points so big. I would have done that.
Yeah, you want a smoother position. Now he's thinking about the cube. He's got a big lead.
At this score, I would not cube. Like we said, I think Ray pointed out early, Carol is a taker. I give you 10-1, she takes this cube. Might be a take anyway. All right, Carol.
She tightened
back
up
in
the
the
race
game.
now. She's got more guys up.
I think they're both playing very solid. There's a few moves we didn't like. We were questioning some cube action of Joe's, but I think there's, for being in the finals and after a long weekend, I very, very proud of both of them. They're both good friends of mine. I'm really happy to see them playing well.
Oh, stack 4 point. Doesn't matter so much.
Somebody just texted, get closer to the mic, Frank.
Okay.
Frank retired this recently from being a pharmacist, and we're seeing him in a lot more tournaments, and he's become one of our top teaching pros in the Backgammon Learning Center. So if you want to take lessons from somebody who's really great, Frank is one of the best.
I'm open for business.
Open for business, and he's super. He knows this
Give me a
game.
line. I've been playing lots of backgammon.
You're still here?
6-1. Okay. No cube here. 6 cube.
5 checkers, 6 checkers.
Yeah,
Go
that's.
on, roll.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
6-5's a great roll. This could lead to a cube. He's got a 3-roll position, assuming he'll miss, and she's got. I would not cube at this score. He's almost sure to roll a 1. Not sure, but I think this is a risky cube at this score.
If he takes 2 off, he can cube next
Oh,
time.
he's doubling. He is. Carol's going to grab this cube faster.
It's
What?
an easy take.
Easy take. But
If
especially for
Joe
Carol.
rolls an ace, she's supposed to whip.
I
whip
wish
it
I
back.
had my XG going. I wouldn't. I don't think it's a cube. I don't think it's a cube at this score, and I'm not sure it's a cube for money. Is it? I wouldn't cube it for money.
The problem is if
The recube. If he rolls a 1
if
right
he rolls
now, you
too
get
big, it's a
recube.
cube next
There it is.
time. There it is, an ace.
And here comes the recube. Come on, Carol.
Come on, Carol.
Carol, what are you shaking for?
Now she rolls.
Carol.
Now she rolled the deuce.
She was smart not to recube there. I told you don't recube there. I said that. That would be a
It
stupid
doesn't matter.
recube.
2s are better. She needs 2s are better. You can't play a 2 to get
Wow.
get 2s.
Still double twos.
Double twos either way.
Either way.
It's already got 2s.
It doesn't matter. What does it matter? Is it going to be? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Don't waste your clock.
Pick them up.
The
pick up
time
the
you should have
best.
been wasting the clock was whether to redouble or not there. I'm sure that was a miss. That was a miss cube. Don't you think, Frank?
Yeah, she's a late taker. That means she thinks all positions are
Yeah.
good positions.
So she doesn't
her,
give either,
it's
huh?
Inconsistent that she didn't double there.
Yeah, it is. That's got to be the biggest blunder of the match, and it saved. It might save her the match. It might save the match. It might save the match.
At this
But
score, it looked
the
like
biggest blunder, in my opinion, was not spending more time. My coach is Perry Gartner, and about every other day he says, "Phil, slow down, and I'm trying real hard, and I'm doing worse because of it. But because the faster I go, the better I play.
I don't know.
But
If it's a take,
he's
then
right.
we
You got to
should
stop
take.
and think. My God, that's a real critical moment in the match, not to stop and think about it. I don't mind if she decides not to cube, but she just rolled right away. The biggest reason she had to take there was because of the recube vig.
that it was my
And
question.
nerves play a role. You got to try to quell the nerves and think.
And somebody posted it was a ginormous cube, so she did miss a ginormous cube, recube. I hope they're talking about the recube, or was it the initial cube, a ginormous cube?
Everybody knows you would have rolled differently.
So
If,
you
Yeah.
don't take lessons
Yeah.
from sport, do you?
6-2.
No, he just says that all the
cover, right?
time.
Now
We
she's
don't
being
either. He
aggressive,
says
and she
that
should
all
be.
the time.
I
She's
didn't
got him
know.
outboarded, and she's got him up.
You're right. I don't.
Oh, great
great
roll!
number,
Hit
great
and make
number.
the. Do you
Make
make
the
the 5 or
3
the
point.
3? You make.
Make-
Oh, he's making the
make
5.
3-point.
The 3 would be
You're
better
switching
because of the
points when you
stack.
Go 8 to 5
Uh-huh.
instead of making a new point.
A little louder, Frank. So
Joe
you would
should
have definitely
diversify.
made the 3-point
Made
there.
the 3-point because you had Wood to make the 5-point with the 11, 8, and
Yeah, there's
Bear in
one.
the 6.
There's a theory about unstacking in the early game and also making the harder point.
She's-
Everybody automatically makes
She's
the
got to
5-point.
hit and anchor. She needs to anchor. There's too many blocks.
Yep,
Joe needs
he
to
needs
anchor.
anchored. Yeah, I like that anchor play, and I like the hit.
I'll take it.
I'd like $1 for every time Carol rolls on top of the checkers. That rule is made for her.
Much better. Thank you,
There
Ray.
you go. No 8-point.
In and hit. In and hit.
Got to hit. Nothing else.
Nothing else. Come in and hit. All right, Carol should be thinking much more aggressively about the cube at this score. Down 8-1.
You know, Joe's got 4 back, but he's got a solid position.
Yeah, he'll take.
with the 5 point.
He should be
remade the
taking,
8
but
point, which is good.
you'd be surprised how many people drop cubes like this when they're winning that much. He doesn't hit here. Oh, good roll.
Oh, that's a good number.
I'd come out to the bar for sure. I don't want to play a 2-4 back game when I'm winning 8 to
Come up
1.
the bar and break the mid. Don't
Break-
think about making the 3 point. That's not it.
You break the midpoint because you don't need the midpoint. Once you make your opponent's bar point, the midpoint has much less value. A lot of people don't realize that, and they would make the 3 point here and should be really stripped.
Plus the fact you're blocking Joe's 4 point anchor or Carroll's 4 point
Okay,
anchor.
this part we all agree on. The question is the other two, and yeah,
That's a real strippy position.
it's
Not a lot of
called
flexibility.
It's called temps, TMP. When you have 7 points made, that means that
There
you're
we
going to be in
go.
trouble next time. I don't like this at all.
Now you're straining the back guys.
Not only that, you're
need
winning 8 to 1. You don't want to
need
play
an
a back
outlet
game.
for the back guys.
No, I don't like that at all. You got to make your opponent's
Carroll's
bar.
a 4 that are going to be trapped. There it is, a 4. That's
Yep. Yeah, that was not a good play by Joe. Well, we were wrong about
Well, let's see if he gets trapped back there.
we
Oh,
were-
double 5s. What a number.
we were wrong
That
about
is
Joe's
just a
double.
fantastic number.
According to the crowd, they put it in XG, and Joe was right to double there. That shocked me.
Double.
That shocked me. Yeah, his initial double, according to the crowd, said that he was right to double. You and I wouldn't have doubled, and we would have redoubled for sure.
I guess it's the fact that if Carroll rolls a 2, Joe's going to win no matter what.
Yeah, and somebody else who's posting with XG said our 3-3 discussion was correct. You do make the opponent's bar point and break the midpoint. So we're getting 1 or 2 of these right. We're getting some of them wrong. That's why you and I are sitting here and they're sitting there.
Okay, with his double 5, he should not make the 2 point. It's a nice 4 prime. He's got some playability now with the.
So
the
what do
outside
you do?
checkers.
What do you do?
Just go to the midpoint.
Go to the midpoint?
Yeah.
0. Yeah, 0.
I'm not sure he's thinking about making 2 points inside, but that's not the right idea here. He needs playability.
Yeah, he never had the right timing to try and play a 2-4 back game. That's why this double 3 was so wrong. And you certainly don't want to be playing a blitzing game now and break your bar point. But I like that he's taking his time and he's looking at it. He's got plenty of time on the clock. Got 11 minutes left in it, and he's right to look at it.
Taking time in the finals is very important.
Well, we can all take a lesson from Mochi. He seldom has more than 3 or 4 seconds left on his clock in the finals at the end of the game. I don't think he leaves himself with enough time, but he really does take his time, and
No, it's a
he's
good
the
roll.
best.
That 2's got to come up now. If you're going to come out or slot.
I would have come out, mainly because it's not that comfortable for Joe to hit off of the
Oh,
midpoint.
this is a great roll. This is just a great roll.
And again,
You know, 2 down.
well, there's connectivity reasons to
Claxton.
keep it. I'm not sure I break the midpoint now. Keep going. Sure. Are you willing in the race? I like the play because it simplifies the game and it's less volatile now. It's more of a racing game, and if you're winning 8 to 1, that's what you want. Don't think about Cuban Carroll. Not now.
Okay, 2 down. Plays nice.
Yep.
And future plays are nice too.
I don't like that. I would be breaking the
He's
midpoint.
worried about the 1 shot.
Yeah, I would be breaking the midpoint. Not a big.
Carroll's running out of time. She can pop the back guy with a blot on the 8th point. It's not so bad. But she needs to get out of there.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the blot on the ace point. It would let her to come out and help her timing. Good roll again for Joe. Double 2. Let's bring him around.
Carroll's rolling her home.
Bring him around. Oh, now
Great
we got
number.
now we got a race.
It's a race again.
And I think Carol maybe it'd be about even, or she may be winning after this.
Well, let's look at this.
We got to come out with one guy twice
Well,
for sure.
She's going to take it out and she's going to count the race. That's the right thing to do.
We have another result in the
You
novice
have to play the last one so you don't forget to count the last
Right.
division was won
She's
by
doing it.
Andrew Goldman.
One reason I like racing here, even at this score, is because their odds of getting a shot and hitting it on the 4-point, with Joe having those points in front of him, are not very good. I don't think she's got a very good hitting game, so she may be better off playing a race even if she's down a little bit.
This is 10. I can't sit back there.
She's up 2 pips, I think.
I can't sit back there.
She's up 2 pips and she should do it. Yeah.
She can't stay back in the 4 points. Too far back.
Yeah,
to
it's
stay.
too far back, and just the odds of getting a shot and hitting it are just not as good as your chances of winning a race.
Technically, when you're on roll, an even race, you'd be down 4 pips. So Carol, after the roll, is actually down 2 pips in the race. But it's close enough that you can't strain the back guys. You just got to come out. And there is shot big with clearing these 2 points.
The other thing is
Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah. When you don't race in those positions, you tend to waste a lot too. You're going to waste more pips as blue than white will, so that makes your race a little bit worse overall. By waste, I mean throwing checkers down to your low points.
Now, Carol just made her 2-point.
Yeah.
It's
She
not the
very
right
quickly-
idea. This is a race.
Yeah, she very quickly did not break back
It's a great
checkers.
roll by Joe. Joe's
Yeah.
rolling it in.
There's no question about the
This
luck
is
factor.
the finals.
No question about the luck factor in this match so far. Okay, this could be a cube.
Joe's got a big enough lead. Let's see.
$97 for blue. Count white. 13 pips is a double and a pass probably at most scores.
So this is a straight race, no giving.
Yeah,
Joe's 3 away.
I think it's
13
clearly a
pips
double.
on,
It's clearly a double. Question is the take. At this score, it might be she might eke out a take at this score. I don't know. I mean, who the hell knows what your take point is at this score? It's got to be something like 16% or 17% in a race. Something lower than 21.
It's very hard to memorize lopsided scores.
Yeah. I just assume it's a little bit lower. Although you lose 2 points and your opponent gets to Crawford, that hurts too. So maybe your take point's still closer to 20%. Do you have 20% here? Good cube,
Yeah,
Joe.
good cube.
Good cube. Put the pressure on anyway.
Now Carol going down 9-1. Joe's compromising his
At least 20 pips.
cube big next game. He doesn't want a cube, but he's got a low take point
It's less than that.
without gammons. So, anyways,
I would take this cube if I'm playing Mochi or Frank Talbot, and I would pass it against a normal person. That's my thinking on it. That's how close I think it
down
is.
13. It's
I think it's close. At this
10,
score,
12.
at any other score, at any normal score, I drop it like a rock. But I would take this against a far
Down.
superior player.
this is close.
It's not a fun position to be in for Carol. I don't know what she's thinking.
I think she's gonna pass.
Okay, I'll bet you $1 she takes it because Carol's a taker.
Carol is a taker.
We all know Carol's a taker.
And that's what she's thinking about. You
Yep.
know, take it. If I roll a set and get close to even, just whip it back.
Yep.
I don't see how I can take that.
Oh, I lost about $1. Look at that. She passed
I
it.
was thinking, I hope I don't have a double decision at this
He didn't
point.
accept the bet.
Yeah.
It was just
You're
too
right. A
much.
gentleman would pay. You're
Even for a
absolutely
big
right.
taker,
And
it's
I'm
just
not
too
paying.
much.
So what does that say?
For the match.
You figure it out. You figure it out. Okay,
You are
2
rolling
away.
off one of
10 away. I'm going to
Even
give
when
you
you're
a
on the
lesson
bottom.
that John O'Hagan gave me
I already
that
told
is
you,
really
luckiest player
beautiful.
back here.
When your opponent
You
is
should've-
2 away,
You should have thought of that
Take
before
it.
according
you
to
take my
XG,
cue
we've
cube
run
in that
hundreds
first
of
game.
trials.
Yeah.
Know how
You should
lucky I am,
double
that's-
when your opponent is within 8% of their take point. Now, if you use the Keith count, you'll see that you usually
Goes
double when
both
your
ways.
opponent's within 4% of their take point. So you double about twice as fast when your opponent's 2 away. Oh, she's doubling. Nope, she's adjusting. Okay.
She's thinking about that cube. Now here you got to think about doubling
Uh-huh.
after Joe's 3-2.
Yep, it's almost like a
He's
2-way,
got 4
4-way
lots
cube.
out there.
Yep, it's almost like
It's,
I would
Carol.
cube. You'd cube this a 2-way,
Yeah,
4-way.
oh
She
my
may have just
God,
lost
she
her
would-
market.
Yep,
She
did
may
lose
have
her
just
market.
lost her market. And she didn't take the time to stop and think about it. Damn. This is a big pass now, and she lost her market.
Yeah. So
Too late, Carol.
Big pass.
Big pass.
Yeah.
Carol, wouldn't you love to be playing this position with the cube on 2 right now? Come on.
9-2.
And Joe would have probably taken the last time. He might have even passed the last time. I'm not even
That's
sure.
right.
I'm not sure the last time was a take. Come on, Carol. That's the second time that she just rolled quickly when we're pretty sure. We know she had a cube in that bear off on the recube. She was right. She got lucky that she didn't because she rolled a 2.
It's my turn.
But
Yeah, I don't know if
both
the
times
delay
she played
starts
too
over
fast.
when you hit the stop.
That's just
That's
not like
fine.
Carol.
No, you
She's
gotta
a
restart.
thoughtful,
Yeah.
smart person.
Joe here just wants to steer toward the holding game. If he gets a higher
See
range.
what I mean?
I don't know about that play. I know you make your bar, but what about that back checker around twice?
You don't want to.
I don't make the
This
2
is not
point
a
there.
blitzing
That's
kind of-
okay.
Yeah, I would.
think you would
I
take
wouldn't
that.
made the
Just,
2 point there. I would move off of
just-
the 3
you wanna
point.
prime
Not
it.
quite as good.
Yep. I didn't like that play, Joe. And he made that play fast too. All right, everybody, slow down. Give us more time to make jokes.
It's hard to control your nerves in the finals. Probably neither one of them slept very well.
Going over here.
That's what happens when you're in the finals.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been in that many finals. Actually,
Looks like Joe should point on, make the 5 point.
All right, what could go wrong?
That's what he has to do. It's not a
Yep.
priming situation when he already has his 2 point.
4-1.
That
Ooh,
wasn't
You
it.
got to suck it up and
Ooh.
just anchor.
you don't want to come in on the ace point.
If she doesn't anchor, there's all this wood coming down on your head.
You would anchor on the white ace. Okay. I was gambling at this score, maybe
Doesn't
coming
matter
in
what
higher.
score Here, maybe unstack the 8 point.
That's why That's why I was coming in on the 4. I'm gambling anyway. I don't like my 4. That's why I come in on the 4. Okay.
Well, Lana Blatt, I think she should have unstacked instead of stripping her midpoint.
Another good roll by Joe. He can hit
This
2,
fantastic
or he can make a
roll.
point.
Make the 5. Make the 4
Hitting 2
point.
is pretty strong.
Now he's going for a blitz with an undoubled gammon.
Win the match that way.
Yes.
There's your
Double
doubles. That's all you're waiting for.
This is one score when undouble gammon means something. He realizes he's too good.
Again. Wow.
Okay. Builders, baby. You're blitzing builders.
This is called championship rolling.
Yep. There's
And
2
it's
checkers on the
finest.
bar. It doesn't look like it, but there's 2 up there.
Double aces. Hits 2 checkers.
There's a great roll. Makes the 3 point.
Okay.
This match is coming to a close soon if things go according to plan here.
This is
You never
ridiculous.
lose. I never lose when my opponent's got my ace
So
point.
should Carol be doubling here? She's going to get gammon
All I
if she
can
loses
say
for the
is I'm
match.
sorry.
Why not
it's
wait
your
for a
fault.
shot?
It's
He's
me.
still taking, so you don't.
So you
If you
should
can't
wait for
lose
the
your
shot.
market, you never double.
Okay.
He's not Ray Forgelin, but at least he's getting it right.
Carol's just hoping for a shot. It's probably best if she doesn't come in for a few more rolls, and then after that she wants to come in to build a board. But she doesn't want to come in and craft. That's the big taboo. Nothing she can do about it. It's all up to the dice.
This morning I asked Joe if he was playing well. He said he showed me a position at 9-2
Uh-oh.
where he had doubled and it was wrong by a massive amount. So he's unlikely to make
cracker.
that mistake here.
I was there when he did that,
But
and I
this
told
is
him it was
okay.
wrong, and he won a gammon and won the match with
Just as
the
long as
wrong
he
double.
doesn't do it twice in a row.
Yeah, this is a tough. This is a anti-joker, but he can survive it.
Well, those two are for sure. I guess just a 5 point. Go to 5 point.
Well, there's something to be said for clearing the bar and bringing 3 in. You don't have to worry about clearing the bar later. I often like that play.
Either
But
way,
it's
gonna be
stacky.
2 on the 4 point.
Yeah.
I don't have a board.
Okay.
You don't want to go to the 2 point.
How much does the 1-6 hurt? I like that play. That play's fine. Nobody ever rolls a 1-6.
Carol wants to come in now. She
Yeah.
can start building her
building
board
points.
when she finally gets a shot.
Right, come around. Don't make
She
the
wants to
bar
have
point.
some
You
kind
don't
of
need it.
development.
That's good. That's good play.
Five here with a shot.
I would still make the play. While she's on the bar, you don't.
And now you got to think about clearing the
There are
6
2
point.
checkers on the bar there, aren't there?
2 checkers in the bar.
You might clear the 6. I might clear the 6 here. He's thinking about that. Good. Good. Nothing leaves a shot. Nothing leaves a shot. Clear the 6 point. You got a sure gammon if you don't get hit. Okay. Simple play.
Now he's light in the 3 point. Hopefully he'll get spared in the 3 point.
Well, there's some problems with
Rolling
2s
her
and
home.
4s.
Finally in. Now she can start building. She needs that to get the shot.
He's got to avoid his 2s and 4s. And he did.
Okay, now most any big three, except for 3-1, or 3-3, there's a shot.
Now he's getting awkward.
Not a very good.
Now it's awkward.
Yes,
Lots
it
of
is.
shots here.
Bring the 4 out. You got to.
Why not down?
That's a bit.
Another builder there.
Well, if you get a shot, you want some outfield.
I see. All right, here's that shot.
Here's the shot.
I like it down here. More ways.
You
to
think
make
she
the
should
bar.
double here, Phil?
I wouldn't. I think after you hit, you might.
He's got-
You know, it's interesting. It might
believe
could
so.
have been a
I
double.
believe
You
so.
might be right. You might lose her market. She may have lost her market. That might have been a double.
If she missed, she gets gambling a lot.
Yeah. But she could save the gammon, but saving the gammon and winning 1 point here isn't that big. Now she's doubling, and now he's passing. 8 off.
How many's he got off? 8
He's
off?
got 7 off. 7 off. If she closes the board and gets to a perfect bear off, she's a 60-40 favorite. And but she can pick up another checker because the ace point is open.
Take there.
No, I think it might be a pass. I would pass it.
He's not getting gammon.
I would get gammon.
And he's got 7 off.
I would have passed it. I would have passed it. I think he could
And
lose.
he's got chances.
He could lose another checker. He got another check. I would have passed it. Can't wait to see if that's right. But I would have taken longer. That's for sure. But I would have passed
Well,
it.
the take point's way less for money at that point when there's no gammon involved.
That's what Frank says. But I would have passed. I would have passed it.
I went right back to the team.
Go with the teams.
There was 7 off. Is right.
7 off.
Well, no, it's a double if you're going to get a pass. But there was a chance to get a second checker though too, because the ace point was open.
But there's also lots of chances to leap the prime.
Well. All right, well, let's do a poll. Do you think that Phil's right, or do you think Ray and Frank are right? You want to bet on the 2 Giants or me?
I gotta say, Ray's right. You got to win the game.
You got to win the game. I'm sure you're right.
You got to win the game.
I'm sure you're right. It's a take. I'm sure you're right. I can see though why you would pass there, but the more I think
Yeah,
about
just
it and
suck it up
listen
and
to
make
you,
it 4
there's
points.
no way it could be a pass. You're right. No way it could be a
A lot of the
pass.
smaller numbers are juiced. 4-2.
Now, once the second checker
Double
is
twos.
exposed, then it would probably be a double pass. Probably wasn't even a double. Might not even.
That's the wrong idea.
When you can't get given.
Nice anchor. She needed that.
I said that helps your cause a little.
A little.
Oh my God, Joe is unbelievable.
Oh, look, she's slapping him. She slapped his hand. That's what good. They're good friends. It's nice to see that too. They're both
Okay, now she's
good
got something to
spirits.
fight with.
Yeah, but still, it's not much.
What's a body to do?
You gotta like Joe's position here. Bring
Joe's
it in.
rolling in the holding game.
Yeah.
Just,
Keep that
don't think
checker
about
on the
doubling
ace.
yet.
Carol's got to keep that checker on the ace. That's her
If I
saving.
slot the 4-point and bring one down. You got to have the 4-point. Might as well slot it now.
Uh-huh. What's he looking at? What are they talking
I think
about?
she's thinking about coming up.
Oh, okay. She hadn't hit the clock. Okay. 6-2. That's a good roll. Puts a spare where he needs it. All right, Carol.
And now she's going to have lots of blocks.
Yeah, it's still right to
Lots of
slot.
4-point.
Okay.
So
Right,
you could play to the
Joe
Joe
midpoint.
needs a good roll here.
What?
Yancey, you could play to the
Carol
midpoint.
needs him to barrel a bad roll here.
6-3.
6-3 makes a point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't have the point you want, but it doesn't leave a blot and it makes a point. A point's a point.
Time to volunteer, should I?
Dean Munch always used to say, hitting is fun and a point's a point. Well, it's Jake that used to say the point's a point. And it pips his pips, he said.
Meantime, no 4-point because she didn't slot it before.
You wouldn't make the
So-
2-point here, would you, Frank, if you were her? I don't like, I like making them in order
Well, I
in these
like
kinds
it,
of
Fogerland.
positions.
She's probably gonna
Well, I like
do
it.
not make the 8-point.
Well, she could make the
She's
2.
gonna say, "You do that.
You would make the 2?
Who's doing
We'll
it?
bring it in.
I'd certainly rather have the 2 than the 1. All right, 2-1. She stacks them up. No other play. You could break the 8-point here. I don't know if I.
He was just funning about leaving the shot.
Yeah.
So that's correct play. Oh, great roll.
Yeah.
Great roll.
That-
'Cause Joe's just about ready to leave a shot right now.
4-3.
Here it is. No, you
No.
can still handle it.
Stack the
Stack
2-point.
Yep.
He's got to do it with her board the way it is. He's got no choice. You stack the 2 and just pick your
And the
medicine.
reason here is that Carol's going to break next roll something.
Yep.
He has to break something.
Right.
That's why stacking the 2 is correct.
6-3. Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
This gives Joe a chance to play behind her.
I would have thought
As he
longer about
waits to
that
clear
one.
the midpoint.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like that play. Do you hit? Do you hit or break the 8? What do you do, Frank?
5 numbers. And
It gives her a
gives
chance to
Carol
come
a
back
chance
in
to
on the
come
ace.
back in the ace or deuce. Breaks the 3.
This is a tough one. I'm not sure whether you hit or break the 8. I'm hitting though. I think I hit.
Joe's got a big lead in the race, so he's not worried about the race. But the easiest way to clear the midpoint is with a hit.
A hit. Oh, there's
So
It'd be hard to get gammon after a hit. You have to dance a bunch.
yeah, but it's hard. If he doesn't hit, it's going to be harder to bring his checkers home.
His second best play is clear to the 8-point. You've got some spares for at least a roll, maybe 2.
So you would hit. You're with me?
Yeah, hit.
Okay.
It looks like hitting's right. You just clean it up, come all the way down to the 8-point. Do not leave 2 blocks.
Of course. If you hit, you keep going. You duplicate the 1s that way. 2, 4, 5 shots if you hit.
The good thing is Joe's
did it.
thinking about it.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, they got lots of time on the clock. I think Carol's made 2 or 3 errors not thinking.
Oh, she got hit
You got
back.
a joker. You got the joker. Now it's going to be a pass. The question is,
Double. She needs a double. She
Why
really
isn't
needs
she-
a double. Oh my God.
why didn't she double? Would he take the cube even at this score?
Okay, give herself
And
a
she
good
rolled
4.
fast, as Ray pointed out. She didn't stop and think about
She
it.
sure brought the guy in. 6s and 5s come out.
There are many, many cube situations where she has not stopped to think. Why aren't you thinking about the cube? Losing 8
She's
away,
worried
2
with
away.
3 guys back that she's going to get trapped.
Yeah, but you don't get
You need
trapped.
to
If
come up.
You don't get trapped if your opponent drops.
Easy money take.
Well,
That was money.
Yeah.
Carol, stop.
She's
think.
worried about crashing.
Yeah. Is that legal?
That was legal.
Okay.
What do you have, double fours in there?
About crashing. She's worried about him coming in. There she
Okay,
goes.
she got
out
out.
with
Two
two.
out.
Two out.
Greedy.
Out with both. Now she.
And
Now,
that-
now she's lost her market by a mile.
Unless Joe comes in with a 2.
It's
This
goodbye
is a
market.
double. This is a double.
Oh, Carol. I'd be interested to see that next G. I think she had a cube for the last 5 rolls. What's he thinking about? At this score?
Well, he's counting the race. A lot depends on the race, but
I'm not
at,
sure
at this score,
I don't think this is a take for money.
He
With the
could get
2.0.
gammon. He's got, if he gets closed out, he's got 5 guys on the outside. The gammon vig's got to be at least 30%. 5 crossovers out there.
I don't see how we can even think about taking this one.
So this is.
I'm not sure I take this for money. I think I pass it for money. There he goes.
Yes, he made the
All
right
right,
decision.
no, there's nothing wrong with taking time. Carol, stop playing so fast. When you play fast, you play half-fast. Half-fast. I mean,
She played for the G.
I didn't say a swear word there. I was
She
careful.
played for the G.
Play half-fast. Okay. 9-4.
At least give it one
Feeling a little better now.
7 away,
Carol.
2 away. She's starting to get into range where we might have a match here. She came from behind against Ed O'Loughlin to get to this point yesterday. She was losing to Ed and stayed very tough, and then I think she won a gammon and took the big lead.
They'll play the 6-3 out at this score.
Straight racing, I like that. That's gammon. That's gammon save play. You just race,
And
which is
the
what he
correct
should be
play with
playing.
double fours.
Play safe. Carol's got a nice position here. Now she's, again, slow down, Carol. Start. I'm not saying she had a double there, but I hope she thinks about it soon because she sure is getting there. You make 2 inside points here?
2 inside points.
Me too. And she's got the anchor in case he
Do not
hits
make
the
the
8
bar.
point.
You need a shot.
All right.
Okay.
Joe's luck just ran out. This is a
Carol
double.
should be doubling this.
Double, and I think it's a pass at this score.
I believe it's a pass. Yes, she finally cubes. Joe really has nothing except one guy back. That's his only advantage. I'm not even sure he's up in the race. So takes it.
He took it.
That's
Wow.
the game in position.
Wow.
He attacks. She attacks.
What do you do here? 3 down and make the
She
8
can
point.
go 9-5. Have lots of builders. She doesn't care if she gets hit. She's shooting that second flat over there.
9-5.
It gives her a lot of
Good
ammo.
play. Good play. Well, she's played with you for years. She knows your plays. All right, that's a good racing number and makes a point.
Actually, that helps in the long run.
Helps him a lot. Yeah, that helps
Gets
him.
closed out.
She needs a point here. She got a good one.
Good one.
All right, Joe needs a 6.
Joe needs a 6 and get out of there.
Does he come up with the 1? There's a second blot in his board. I'm not sure. I think.
Well, the 2-1, the 2's got to be played 6-4.
Yep.
And now there's 2 blots. It gives Carol every opportunity to hit.
And she does. Bring the
And
builder
bring it in for a cover.
Yep. This could be a close match now. I don't know. I don't like Joe's take.
Joe
there.
needs to come in.
I
Oh,
would've passed
great
that
roll
cue.
by Joe.
Yep.
Great roll by.
Ooh,
Oh, 4 point.
4
4
point.
point.
4 point.
Plus the 2 points easier to cover after you make the 4 point.
Cover.
Okay, and
slot
slot it.
Slot it. Yep. Big roll. Here's the roll of the game. Yeah.
He did it.
He got it. Hit and lift.
Hit and lift. That's it.
Big roll. Why isn't he lifting? Oh my God.
This is very gammonish doing
Oh
that.
my God. He had a lift there.
This is how I get
The
gammon.
score for
If
sure.
Carol is a 4, Joe's in big trouble.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. Look how fast he
good to
played
me.
that. Come on, guys. Wow. Played that awfully fast. He took the cube
She's
awfully
gotta
fast
come out
too.
to the
The
midpoint.
cube might have been a
Sliding the
take.
bar is not.
He might have had a
Gotta bring
take
it
on the
in.
cube. I don't know. I would have passed it.
In there, Joe really needs to safe up that checker.
Reduce the shots.
Getting missed.
Reduce the
It's
shots.
important for
Yep.
Joe.
He's in
Carol needs
tens.
a 3 or a 10.
She rolled it.
Ooh.
She
Oh
hit
my
two.
God. Do you shift or make the bar?
No,
I don't know. The anchor's on the
wanna
one
close
now.
them out.
Was there any
Needs-
merit in shifting there at all? It was worth thinking about,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
She needed a shift.
She needed to shift.
No, she can shift here also.
But she at the
Shift.
double threes, I would have shifted then.
Yeah,
You agree? Okay.
I agree.
When
No,
you
this is
really
the
need
wrong idea.
gammons,
She needs Joe closed out. The
be
best way
hitting
to
loose
close
or
them out is
shifting. I would shift.
Shift.
Yeah, people miss the shift play a lot. She should make the 1 point, is what Frank's saying. Don't let him anchor.
Shift to the 8th point, break the bar, and bring one down.
He anchors. He saves a lot of gammons just by rolling 1-1.
All he needs is an ace. Looks like he's gonna have.
Carol, go for the throat. You're famous for that.
Two chickens closed out with 6 chickens outside. You're gonna
About 85% gammons.
get a lot of gammons.
Yeah. And if he makes the ace point here, he only gets gammon maybe 20%. 25, depends on how soon he makes it.
Shift here. This is a big shift.
Again. Come on, Carol. You're shifty.
Not right now. There she goes.
Yay! Yay! You did it. You
Get
did
off
it.
double twos.
Okay. Now you got to
Now
keep hitting.
just go for it.
You just got to keep hitting.
Just hit with everything you can hit with.
Hit with the 5.
With the 5.
Oh, Carol. Hit.
No, wrong idea,
I'm sorry, this was here?
She
I believe it was here.
Yes.
Hit.
Tara, was here?
11 each.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it was because
Okay,
I knew it couldn't do a 3.
Yeah.
Joe hit a 5-point board, I would maybe be afraid, but with a 3-point board, with a 4-point board, it's maybe questionable a little bit. But
Yeah, that's right.
this
Because I
score in
remember thinking
particular,
two
you just
chins.
got to go for
Right, exactly.
what my
That's
friend
I-
Kenny
that's what I
Bond
did,
used to
is
say.
get off of that.
step on his air hose. Guy's hardly breathing. Step on his air hose. Yeah, she might get the gammon anyway now. It works out okay.
A little awkward position here. Stripped out. Should be fine, but
There's the 2.
Joe's probably going to get out the gammon now.
Yeah. And we don't like the way Carol played this one.
There's 2
Take
over.
one off. Leave it
It's
out.
a
Take one
2-point
off.
game, so that's you're
Take one
supposed to
off.
peel on 2-point
You
games.
must peel. You must peel against the 2-point.
Plus, you want the gammon. This is still a gammonish
Yeah,
position.
she played
Not
this
quite
game.
as gammonish as before.
Yeah, Carol played this game as if she was the one winning in the score.
Now Joe should not be 2 crossovers. 2 down from the midpoint. Okay, same thing, 2 crossovers right there.
Yep.
Down from the midpoint. The 2 off.
Don't waste a pip. 5 in, 4 in to the 5-point is good.
That's
I like that. You wasted 1 pip, but it's still not
Good.
quite ready to
Does
come
it
off.
want to go?
There's no choice here. You don't want to leave a shot.
Is there a plan B there? He thought about that.
I
Like
know it.
So
I'm
Joe's
looking for it.
luck holds up and rolls high.
It
Now you
wasn't
come out with
there.
a 6 for sure.
you got to give up on the double shot
Right.
and not get gammon. So
Off
come
the
out.
6. You make the 5-point with the 3?
Yeah, it's a crossover. It's a crossover, makes a point.
Yeah,
in
you
case
only
you-
waste 1 pip.
Yeah.
Come out now with the 6, though. Come on, baby.
You need to come out.
Oh, no,
No, it's
Joe.
killing-
You could save the gammon by running.
He wants a double shot on certain 3s.
I don't like that play at all. You wasted
Really,
5
Carol? I'm not
pips
even
by
going to get a
not running.
shot.
I hope
See
not.
if that costs him. Oh, cost
Yes,
a double
you could
six.
take that number.
See, Joe's hoping for a shot. Certain 2s leave double shots.
Okay.
Yes, I guess
Here
you
it
can
is.
get
It's a
You
shot.
too. I bet money Joe rolls it. He's been lucky all tournament.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it. You slot the ace? I'm slotting the ace.
No, you don't slot
No?
the
You
ace.
don't
They
slot
come
the ace?
out.
Come out.
You get gammon and slot the ace. You
Oh,
roll.
that's
to
right.
pick up the
Because of the
second
gammons, you got to
checker.
be careful.
Yeah, right.
And then you want the
Right.
first play next time.
Looks like 2, 4, 6, 7. Looks like 8 off. It's my guess. I think there's 8 off. I think it's 6 off. Oh,
Yeah.
It's fully stacked. Yeah, I think you're right from the shadows.
Bar.
Yeah. You did slot the 8. See, I was right.
He slammed the ace, so that doesn't make it the right play. He really wants to cover with the ace for a better distribution.
See, now he can't lose. Oops.
He does not want to go to the 2-point or 3-point.
Yeah, you want
it's too deep.
Yeah, in case there's a 1-6 here, you want to have 2 checkers in the outfield.
You want your spares in the high points for the bear off.
Yep.
Get those off first before you have to break the point.
Oh no, Joe. That one I agree with Frank. They're very much.
Ace-6.
Yeah, I said it's something about an ace-6, didn't I? I mentioned that. It made it happen.
Somebody said something about an ace-6.
Okay, keep them spread. The ideal place to be is 11 away.
He needs to come out there for immediate, at least single shot.
All right, he's not going to get the direct, of course. He needs an 8.
Joe has
He needs an 8.
Hope he doesn't
Got a 9. What do you do?
He doesn't want to overrun the position.
Yep.
So, slot the ace.
He just moved illegally.
Oh.
Just moved illegally. Carol pointed it out.
He's going to slot the ace and go to the 19.
I agree. Carol gets
Hope
a big
for a
number
double
here.
shot.
So this is 8s and 9s.
Slow the gamut. If she hits it, it's a big number.
Want to hit me? Would you rather get a 10?
I want to get by you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the cock Carol Cole roll.
That's what I need.
To
She
hit
does
me.
that a lot. She always rolls hard.
Hates
There's
it.
the hit.
She hits.
There's the hit.
If she doesn't hit back, hey, Joe could be back on the gammon.
Yep.
Big roll here.
Yep.
He hit
There
back.
he goes.
Great roll by Joe. Spread in the outfield.
I would have made the other. Well, that's okay.
It was you.
I would have made the other play. 6 out. In the back.
Oh,
Three.
I think
Gives
it was
him
there
more.
was. Yeah.
It
Hit
was
you.
legal. Gives him more.
Came in with the 5-1.
hits.
I hit you with the 5 and then the 1 here.
They're
Yeah.
checking to see
Yeah.
if it's-
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was just verifying.
Okay.
It's not right.
Come on, dice.
All right.
Carol's dancing. She's got 6 off. That's about a 30% chance of it's closed out with good distribution. And Joe doesn't have good distribution with the next checker on the 2 points.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's got 40%. Joe's a favorite here.
This is
Not
not a
after
good
this
roll
roll.
for
It's
Joe.
a bad roll,
Because
yeah.
he goes too deep. So it might be 35 to 40% for Carol.
That's a
great
good roll.
right
2 off.
there.
Very good roll. Now it's about. Joe's a little favorite here, I think. Very close. Do you leave a blot? I don't.
No, because he can win without.
Win without.
If Carol rolls a 6, he can still win.
Right.
She
Good
did.
roll for Carol.
Carol needed that.
Life's never a bore with you.
What?
I said life's never a bore with you.
Looks like tuck
Could have
20.
stayed out once more.
That's no fun.
This could be the match.
Joe's got 8 checkers left. It's important to get that one off.
Yeah.
Now she's on the odd.
Oh,
Joe powered
that
it
is
home.
the match. That is the
Looks
match.
like that's going to be
We
it.
got a winner.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Carol.
That ain't
There's a
up.
slight chance
Open
now.
mouth
As
and
Joe
lay
rolls
foot.
2 aces. Joe needs to roll 2 aces for Carol to have a chance.
I got lucky. Good match.
That's it.
Yes, you did.
Congratulations, Joe Feldman.
Yes, you did.
Thanks for your help, Frank Talbot and Ray Fogerlin, and hope you enjoyed the match. And
Congratulations.
Thank you.
congratulations to Joe.